everybody, it's your girl Linda once again, and I'm here to bring you live entertainment with lots of hot pick from the internet and around the globe. Something for you to think and talk about all week. Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Well, today is really cold, but I'm not sure why. Well, I think I feel a bit chilly. I don't know where you are. I don't know if it's freezing, but I think I'm a bit cold today. Anyway, before we begin, let me say something. I kind of want to say last week, but I forgot to talk about it. And I know everybody will be wondering, why haven't I been talking about fashion for quite some time now? Because I haven't been talking about fashion because there's not a lot of sales on at the moment. But the Christmas sales, it's going to be starting very, very soon, and I will be talking I'll be talking about all the latest trend, all the stores that's doing sales on the high street and everywhere around the internet and the globe. Whatever I see, I'll let you know. And plus, Darling Fashion right now is in Nigeria, and they are based in Warri, and they're doing very, very well. So if you want to buy or make your outfit from Darling Fashion, you can text me, email me, or tweet me, and I will definitely tell you exactly how you can get through to them. And plus, Davido X Orange Culture is selling at the moment. I wanted to say it last week, but I think I forgot to talk about it on last week's show. It's selling at Selfridges on Selfridges at Oxford Street in London. That is where the Orange X Orange Culture is selling right now, and it's written the I think it's the Eve brand. So if you're looking for a nice packet shirt that you want to wear to wedding or to your office, then you can check out Davido's X Orange Culture at Miss Selfridges. Anyway, I want to say today there's so many things I'm going to be talking about at the end, but today's show is going to be very, very quick and brief, and I want you guys to enjoy the show. Last week, I always like to talk about the week before so that people can, you follow up and get what I'm saying. Last week, I was talking about youth development and how we can develop youth in the environment and see that they are well represented, or they represent themselves well in the community wherever they are. How we can introduce new type of work or activities that youth can get involved in and become part of the society, contribute more to the society wherever they are. I was talking about this, and I was expecting people to make suggestions about what can be done, and people can leave their comments and discuss this broadly and see how they can help to get youth into the communities wherever they are. Anyway, while I was discussing about youth development, it came across for me to talk about employment. What the employment areas I want to talk about the issues that we go through while we are being employed. So that's the discussion for today. Today's discussion is going to be employment issues, what we experience, why, things that we should do, how things go on. Before I want to just ask a question. Have you, when you're when you're at work, have you heard somebody say, "Oh, that manager is just so not educated. It doesn't know what it's doing. It's just out of it. It doesn't know how to manage." So I have heard that so many times. A lot of people have said something like that, and So if you think, as a viewer, are you watching this program? Do you think that managers need education to actually manage properly? Do you think all managers should at least get a decent degree before they can become managers? Do you think so? Well, if you think managers need education, then let me know. Leave your comment down, write something, and I will discuss it on next week's show. I always say, when you have something to say about what I'm talking about on the show, you can email me. If you don't want to leave your comment on YouTube, you can email me, you can text me. A lot of people do text me, a lot of people send their comments, and I do reply them and everything. So if you are If you get the email address, you can email lindaliveshow@gmail.com, and I will get back to you, and I will, and I will discuss what you said, and if you also, and if those of you who want to be a guest on the show, if you want to be a guest speaker on my show, you can email lindalive@gmail.com, and I will see how I can get you booked on the show, and you can come be part of this wonderful program and discuss your own views or your own ideas or awareness that you think it's important that people should be aware of. Anyway, while I was doing this research, I was talking about do you think managers need education? Because when you're in employment, a lot of people do make such comments. I know so many people would relate with these. People always say that, well, that manager's not educated, he needs education, he needs to go to school for you to be able to manage, you need to be well trained. That's what people always say when they find out that the manager is not educated. Anyway, that is not the main course of today's program, but if you think that is an issue, then you can email me and I will discuss that on next week's program. What are managers employed to do? Managers are employed to increase shareholders, to increase the business dominance in the society, increase market share. That's the word I would use. To increase market share, to make sure that the business is running, all operations are running smoothly, things are going well, the shareholders are all smiling every day, they're happy, the business is booming, they have a good position in the market. That's what, expected of managers, most likely. That's a good thing, yeah. Then you make sure that, but then what I want to talk about people that you manage. I think the most vital, the most important in the business position in the market, in the business, to raise the market share of that business. The people you manage, the people you employ in your organization as a manager, the way you manage people, I think it's it's one of the most important aspects of management. That's why I think a lot of people use that comment that managers is not educated or you need education and stuff like that. Doesn't know what he's doing, he think he knows everything, he doesn't know everything. So people will always refer to that because the way, probably maybe they didn't like the way you've treated them, they don't like the way you've spoken to them, your attitude. What I think is like, as a manager, I think you have been employed to run the business, to make sure the business is secured and safe now and in the future. So you, as a manager, that's what's expected of you, But then again, the people that you employ are your followers, are your workers. How you treat them is going to affect. Sometimes people say, oh, I'll just, the way people think like, oh, they don't care, they'll just get rid of us and get new people. I think that's a very wrong attitude as a manager. I think that's not a very good attitude. I think you should employ people and make them want to work. Sometimes people say, oh, I don't like working with a manager. I don't think that is the most important issue in employment. I think as a manager, you should be able to make people want to work, to like to work. You should be able to make people to enjoy work. They will want to come to work every single day, because when people are working, and when people want to work, and when people like to work, they contribute more in the organization. And as a manager, if you cannot achieve this, then it's a bit then your employment is going to be every day you have 10 new staff every single week, and I don't think that's a very good management organization where you have every week you have new employees. You need to be able to create an employment history, where you have people who will work with you for a very certain period before they will happily leave the organization, probably maybe to a better organization, or probably they're retiring, or open, doing their own thing. I think as a manager, that's what you should do. And I think this is a very big discussion on the internet, because right now people are raising the awareness that they get monitored online, what they post, what they write, what they say about their organization. People are talking about all this on the internet. Management is a very, very employment discussion. Employment board on the internet is a very broad discussion. It's a very important aspect of our life, I think, because then when people go to school or where they are just off from their own house and decide to get a job, then they're going to be on this discussion board as well, and that experience where they think probably maybe they would want to work. Some people will like, oh, I don't want to work. Managers are horrible. Managers, they don't encourage you, they don't support. As a manager, I think when you give people intrinsic rewards, I think it's very, very good. I think because sometimes managers, you're not in position to control money or the money aspect, but you have the you can say, I don't know how you've done it, your interest is intrinsic very. If you've done an intrinsic reward and if it's come out very well, and people would want to be, I think people would like to work, not just like to work with you. People would like to work for that organization. If you saying if somebody, I think you need to, as managers, you need to learn how to appreciate your staff. I think it's very, very important. You need to appreciate the contribution, no matter how little, no matter how small. I think you should appreciate what people are doing. You're not just, because when you are a manager, you are managing people, not just, you're managing people, you're managing the organization. So when people are, when your attitude towards people are wrong, that means you're not managing them. You're not managing them anymore. You're supposed to manage people. You need to look after people. You need to lead people. And you need to, like, when people are slagging, laying behind, you need to be able to, get them back into the standard that you think the organization wants the employees to be. As a manager, when people do something and you always want to be very punishable, that they suffer, you make sure they do this. Sometimes people think like managers, they use their veto power and oppress the employment environment. I don't know, but there's a lot of discussion about this on the internet. If you are Googling the internet a lot, if you are somebody who likes to go to different forums and talk and listen to talks, you will hear a lot of people who have wrote a lot of things about management challenges, what's it called? Things that people experience in employment. Some people think the way they've been managed, they don't like it. So the question here, the big questions here is, those managers need education. Does all managers need education, at least a certain degree of education, to be able to manage people properly? People's skills. When you're managing people's skills, people attitude, their daily encounters. That's what you're going to be facing. That's the challenges as a manager. That's what you should be expecting to face and be able to manage. You need to consider everything that all circumstances need to be considered when you think of becoming a manager. You need to be thinking of how you're going to manage all those aspects of people. That is what people are discussing. That's what my contribution to that discussion. And I think if you think that I'm correct or someone else has said something else, then you can email the Lindalive show and let me know your thoughts about what you think is happening in the environment, in the employment areas. And another big issue of employment is, sometimes when things happen in employment, and you tend to report it. Let me be very clear and straight as I see this. Some people take up, they need to go on strike, you know. This of the strike is, I read about strike and I felt like, I thought about what are the strike, how is this a good cause of achieving something, you know, in employment when you strike, you know. Yeah, something can be wrong, something has done you something bad, and you think like, oh, I should revolt against this, I think it's wrong, I think we should call a strike. And you know, presently, let me give you, if you strike, you know, when I thought about when I thought about strike, I think very broadly, and I thought like, you know what, I think it's not a very good course. I think it's a very wrong idea, it's a very wrong route to take. When you strike, most people are always like outside, you know, protesting against selling things that they don't want. The aspect of strike, you are when you strike, you're not just striking because you want to achieve what is in the employment, but then if you think carefully, you are encouraging selling other things as well. You are encouraging people who can just come out on the street and riot, you know, and start rioting. That is the route you are opening. If you think about the negativity of strike, you're not creating a very good path. You are creating a very negative path for anyone who is looking up to you. You know. So when I think I think it's a very bad example to go calling strike, to be holding and gathering outside in anywhere and protesting. I think is a very bad example, and you know, it should not. It causes I would say the word nuisance. It causes nuisance in the environment. That's the word I would use, because a lot of people will look what you've done, and people will want to go out. People can just riot, and you know what riot leads to. You know, people can break businesses. They can break into businesses and, you know, looting and all that. So you need to think carefully before you do things. You need to be very, very careful when you are in employment and something happened and you don't like the way it's happening, you don't like the way you have been treated. You need to. I think there are ways that you can go about this and probably write a letter or something and send it to somebody who you think would be able to communicate with whoever you want to get communicate with someone, and then they will do something about what you want to protest against. When I was in the show, Senator said something about when we're talking about social media. Senator said that before she was talking about mass communication, because she is doing she's a lecturer in Nigeria, and she's studying at Leicester University. She's studying mass communication. I think she's just graduated or she's going to graduate in September, something like that. If you look at the first episode when Senator was on the couch, she was talking about mass communication, how we communicate to the masses, what message are we sending. So she actually said that before you do something, think about it very carefully. Think about why you're doing this thing, and think of who you're sending this message to, and think about the other people who might see this message and how they're going to relate with what you are the message that you're trying to get across. So you need to be very careful as whatever decision that you think of taking. So you need to be very careful. You know, let us think very, very careful. Think before you act. You know, think before you do anything. Think before you post whatever you want to post on it. That's what Senator was saying the other day. And don't open bro, don't do things that would cause negativity. There's a lot of things that's happening in the environment right now. If you look at last week, I was talking about there was a bomb in London, that is going to be unsafe for everybody who lives in London or live around that area that has been an explosion. People who live in Manchester, there's so many things that's happening now. So when you're doing certain things, you need to think very careful about what is going on right now and what you want to do is going to contribute. Is it going to contribute positively or is it going to contribute negatively? If it's going to contribute negatively, I think you shouldn't take such action. I think you should rethink your action and probably find a new strategy of how you can achieve whatever you think when you go on strike is going to achieve. I think about strike carefully before you. I don't think it's a very good example. I don't think it's a very good path. And if you are in any organization and somebody's planning a strike, I think you should discourage it. Whatever the cost may be, I think it is not good. Whatever you want to achieve, probably, it's good. You want the best for yourself. You want probably high pay rise. You want to be treated fairly. You want equality, diversity. You want so much, not for you, for everybody. It's good, but then if you're going in the wrong way, then I don't think that you need to rethink how you're going to do it and probably do it correctly so that people can actually learn and say, if this worked for these people, then we should always follow. We should look for a new strategy, because if this route is seen as a bad example, because other people would want to copy these, people can go out, riot, and start throwing stones and start breaking glasses. People can just riot. That's one strike. That's what those protesting against things can cause in the environment. It's really a very bad example, and I don't think anybody should lead such action. Anyway, I don't want to speak too much today. This week there was a lot of things that happened, a lot of birthdays, and one of the best person in my life, the person who brought me into this world, it was a birthday, and she celebrated her birthday party. Happy birthday, Mom, wherever you are right now. I know you will watch this video. Happy birthday, and I hope you had a very lovely party. I wasn't there, but I saw all the cakes and all the celebration. I think all the rest of the crew are with you, and I believe God is with you, and stay blessed. I love you very, very much, and I hope you have a good birthday party, many more years, and wishing you long life and prosperity. And to all my friends and people who has been posting on WhatsApp, I'm seeing everybody's video. Some people have traveled out to Nigeria. I see your videos, and so watch the video to the end. And if you see a picture, if you want me to put a video on WhatsApp, I know people are doing a lot of videos on WhatsApp, but the thing with WhatsApp is encrypt. I cannot download your videos. So if you are doing videos, I won't be able to put it on the show. But I will put, if you want me to put your video on the show, please, you can WhatsApp me. It's Linda. WhatsApp me the video and I'll put it on the show. But I can, if you want, I can. But if I if I send you a message that you want your video to be on the show, if you want me to put your video on the show, then WhatsApp me or email it to me, and I'll put your video on the show. But so many people, Jerry's always sending me videos. So this week, your video is definitely gonna be on the Lindalive show. So I hope you watch these episodes, because your video is definitely gonna be on. And every brother person, watch the video to the end. Watch the show to the end. Is the Lindalive show. Don't forget to tweet. Don't forget to like, share, post. I will see you next week for another wonderful topic that we can talk about and discuss for the rest of the week. Take care. God bless you. I love you. Bye.